Okay, and today we are making party egusi soup. Okay, so let's go there. Please watch to the end to see how we made this delicious soup. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's still your one and only Ella Maza upcoming in the kitchen. So today, like I said, we are making party egusi soup. So as you can see, these are the fishes we are using: the stockfish and 3 other kinds of dried fish, and with the crayfish. Okay, so first thing first, we are going to start washing the fishes. Okay, like I said, this is party soup, so different people will be doing different things for this soup. So while this person is washing the stockfish, the other group is washing the dried fish. Another person is kind of cleaning the crayfish and all that. Okay, so it's division of labor. So meanwhile, the meat, we've already cooked the meat. Okay, the meat is set somewhere. So we are using the same pot we use for the meat to boil the fish, as you can see. Okay, all right, so this is another group washing the dried fish, the different kinds of fish. Okay, so as you can see, this is just the first set of washing. They are still going to rinse it. The water is still very dirty, so they'll wash it the second time, and then before we can use it to cook. All right, so while they are doing that, the crayfish, like I said, is still ongoing. The cleaning of the crayfish is still ongoing. So as you can see, all the dirt that is they are bringing out from the crayfish. So I have a full video, a detailed video of how you can clean your crayfish. Okay, for maybe if you buy in a big quantity, how you can clean it, and so that you don't end up eating all this dirt that comes out from the crayfish. All right, then this is another kind of fish. I think this is the fish they call lokpokwa in my place. I don't know what others call it. This fish can sweet for Africa, eh? Okay, so that is it for the fish. So here is the stockfish. You just add enough water. You know, stockfish takes a lot of time to cook. After that, we'll start boiling it. We'll start cooking it. As you can see, we have another, that's another stockfish for another soup. Okay, but this one is for the egusi soup. We'll concentrate on that. All right. Okay, so right now the stockfish is ready. So we've started transferring the fish to another pot. Okay, because we are still going to use this same pot to prepare the soup. Okay, so that's what we're just going to do behind the camera. Meanwhile, we start also to prepare the melon. That is the egusi. This is the melon. So what the next thing we do is to melt it, you know, kind of dissolve it in a hot water. Okay, you can also use cold water if you want. Okay, but in this case we are using hot water, and you might also not dissolve it at all. Okay, maybe if you are making for your just for your family or a smaller pot of soup, you might not need to do this process. You just pour it straight to the soup. Or if you want to make lumpy egusi soup, you still don't need to dissolve it like this. You just pour it straight into the pot. All right, so it just depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, all right, so egusi soup doesn't really take much. It's just a straightforward soup to make, or a straightforward recipe. It's not a rocket science. Okay, so once we are done dissolving the melon, okay, as you can see, it's pretty ready to be cooked. The next thing, we proceed to the cooking proper. Okay, so like I said, I didn't show all the other ingredients. We have red oil, onion, pepper, all the normal ingredients we use to cook soup. So because this is party, because this is party soup, everything is not just at a place, but it's still the same ingredient. Okay, so this is the pot. The next thing, once the pot dries up, you add the red oil. Okay, So this red oil, you don't bleach it, okay? Please do not bleach the red oil. You just allow it to heat up, okay? Just for it to heat up. Once it's heated up, you add the onions, all right? As you can see, just add the onions. All right, so once you add the onions, you allow it to fry, okay, for few seconds, okay. So after some seconds, the next thing you do is to pour the already dissolved melon into the oil, okay. So as you pour it, you just give it a good stir, okay, and then you'll allow it to start cooking. All right. Okay, so at this point, also note that you don't need to add any water apart from the water you use to dissolve the melon. Okay, so as you pour it, you just give it a good stir and then allow it to start cooking, okay? Because remember, you still have the meat and the fish stock somewhere, okay, which we are going to still add later. So at this point, no water, just allow it to cook and cook and cook very well, so that that fresh taste of melon will not be there when you're done cooking your soup, okay. So you need to allow it to really cook very well. So the only thing you can do is intermittently you'll be stirring it, okay, so that it doesn't burn, okay, because melon soup most times it burns. So just keep stirring it intermittently so that it doesn't burn, even if it burns, but not too much, okay. So as you keep stirring it at intervals, at a point you can maybe have a taste, okay, to see if that fresh taste of melon is still there or not. So, and again, at this point you start adding your salt, your pepper, your seasonings, okay, all the spices, whatever you want to use to garnish your soup, you start adding them. So after doing that, the next thing we'll start adding the fish, all right. So after adding the dried fish, at this point we pour the stockfish, the meat and the stock, like I said, okay. So we just put everything there, give it a good stir, okay, make sure it's stirred very very well. Then you can taste for salt, okay. If everything is okay, the salt, pepper, everything is okay as you want, then you allow it to cook, okay, for maybe about 5 minutes, okay, just to make sure everything integrates very well. Then after that, you start adding the vegetable that you want to use, okay. For this soup we are using okazi, okay. Some use oha leaves, some use oziza leaves, some use bitter leaves, so it depends on your choice. But for this soup we are using okazi leaves, okay. So once you're done adding the okazi leaves, just give it a stir, all right, and then allow it to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, because okazi is a kind of strong leaf somehow, so you need to give it a few minutes to soften, all right. So after that, you just give it a good mix and then you bring it down, and our powdery egusi soup is ready. It's popping. All right, so that will be it for this video. Thank you also very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all by next weekend. Bye.